Hello, friends. Today we will learn about one of the most famous leaders in all of history. His name was Genghis Khan. He lived long ago and built the biggest land empire ever made. People still talk about him today, almost 800 years after he died. Mongolia is a country with big open spaces, tall mountains, and few trees. It gets very cold in winter and warm in summer. People there did not live in cities. They moved from place to place with their animals. This kind of life is called nomadic. Let's learn how a poor boy from Mongolia became one of the most powerful people in history. Long ago, about 860 years ago, a baby boy was born in Mongolia. His name was Temujin. This boy would later be called Genghis Khan. Temujin's father was the leader of a small group. They lived in round tents called gers. These tents were good because they could be taken down and moved easily. The family had sheep, goats, and horses. When Temujin was only 9 years old, something very bad happened. His father was killed by enemies. Then, their own people left Temujin's family alone. They took all their animals and food. Temujin, his mother, and his brothers and sisters had almost nothing. They had to find food in the wild. They ate roots, berries, and small animals. Life was very, very hard. Temujin's mother was very strong. She taught her children to work together. She said, "One arrow can break easily, but many arrows together cannot break." This lesson was very important for Temujin. As he grew up, Temujin learned many skills: how to ride horses very well, how to shoot arrows while riding, how to live in the wild, how to be strong when times are hard. These hard times made Temujin very tough and smart. When Temujin was a young man, he was captured by enemies and made a slave. They put a heavy wooden collar on his neck. But Temujin was clever. One night, he hit his guard with the wooden collar and ran away. He hid in a river with just his face above water. His enemies could not find him. This was one of many times Temujin faced big problems but did not give up. When he was young, Temujin married a girl named Bert. She was very important to him. But soon after they married, she was kidnapped by a different enemy group. Temujin gathered his friends and they rescued her. This made people see that Temujin was brave and loyal. Slowly, Temujin started to make friends with other families and small groups. They saw that he was fair and strong. When he promised something, he always did it. More and more people wanted to follow him. Temujin did something very special. He brought together many different groups of Mongolian people. For hundreds of years, these groups had fought each other. But Temujin showed them they could be stronger together. In the year 1206, all the Mongolian leaders came together for a big meeting called a Kurultai. They chose Temujin as their supreme leader, the leader of all groups. They gave him a new name, Genghis Khan. This name means universal leader or strong leader of all. This was amazing. For the first time, all the Mongolian people were one group with one leader. Now they could work together instead of fighting each other. Genghis Khan was very smart about organizing his army. He used a system based on numbers. Groups of 10 soldiers, called Arban. Groups of 100 soldiers, called Jagin. Groups of 1,000 soldiers, called Minjin. Groups of 10,000 soldiers called Tumen. Something special about Genghis Khan's army. He picked leaders because they were good at their job, not because they were his relatives or from rich families. If you were smart and worked hard, you could become an important person in his army. The Mongol soldiers were very good at riding horses. They could shoot arrows while riding fast. Each soldier had 2 to 3 horses, so they could change horses and move very quickly. Genghis Khan's army used special signals in battle. They had flags and used whistles, drums, and hand movements to talk to each other during loud battles. This made them very organized. They also had a special system for sending messages quickly. Men on horses would ride day and night to carry important news. This was like an early mail system. After uniting the Mongolian people, Genghis Khan's army started to take more lands. First, they fought with a group called the Shishi in northwest China. Then they fought the Jin dynasty in northern China. The Jin had big cities with tall walls. At first, the Mongols did not know how to attack cities, but they learned quickly. They used special machines to break walls. Then Genghis Khan's army went west. They fought with the Khwarezmian Empire, which is now parts of Iran, Afghanistan, and other countries. The leader of this empire made Genghis Khan angry by killing his messengers. This started a big war. By the time Genghis Khan died in 1227, his empire was already the largest connected land empire ever. It went from the Pacific Ocean in the east to the Caspian Sea in the west. Today, this would include all or parts of these modern countries: Mongolia, China, Korea, Russia, Stan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran. Life changed in the places that Genghis Khan ruled. Some things were hard, but some things got better. Travel became safer. The Mongols made sure roads were safe to use. They punished robbers very strictly. A famous saying was that a maiden carrying gold could safely travel alone across the empire. Trade got much better. Goods and ideas could move easily across Asia. Silk from China, spices from India, and glass from the Middle East could all be traded more easily. Genghis Khan created a postal system called the Yam. There were stations about 20 to 30 miles apart. Messengers could get fresh horses, food, and shelter at these stations. This made communication very fast for that time. Genghis Khan allowed people to follow their own religions. He did not force people to change their beliefs. This was unusual for that time. Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and others could all practice their religions. He also created the first written Mongolian language. Before this, Mongolians did not write down their stories or laws. Genghis Khan had many wives and children. His main wife was Bert, who we talked about earlier. He had 4 sons with her who became very important: Joki, Shegatai, Gedai, Tolui. Before he died, Genghis Khan divided his empire among his sons. Each son would rule a different part. His 3rd son, Gedi, became the next great Khan after him. In 1227, when he was about 65 years old, Genghis Khan died. Some stories say he fell off his horse while hunting. Other stories say he got sick. The Mongols kept his burial place secret. They did not want anyone to find his tomb. They killed everyone who saw the funeral procession. Even today, no one knows exactly where Genghis Khan is buried. After Genghis Khan died, his sons and grandsons made the empire even bigger. His grandson Kublai Khan finished conquering all of China and became the first foreign emperor of China. Scientists today say that about 1 in every 200 men in the world might be related to Genghis Khan. That means about 16 million men living today might be his descendants. His family had so many children that many people today carry his DNA. Different people have different ideas about Genghis Khan. In Mongolia, he is a national hero. In some places like China and Iran, some people remember the wars and fighting. Historians say he was both. He did some good things and some bad things. Some important things Genghis Khan did: united many different peoples, created one of the first international postal systems, made laws that applied to everyone, even leaders, protected religious freedom, made trade routes safer, spread ideas and technologies between East and West. Today, Mongolia is a country with about 3 million people. Many people there still live in gers, the round tents from long ago. They keep horses and remember their history. There is a big statue of Genghis Khan in Mongolia today. It is 131 feet tall, 40 meters. You can visit it near the capital city, Ulaanbaatar. Genghis Khan's story teaches us many things. A person can start with very little and become very important. Being smart about how you organize people is powerful. Bringing different people together can make everyone stronger. One person really can change the world. Thank you for learning about Genghis Khan with us today. We hope you enjoyed this story from history.